Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on our webinar series for MA Web Centers. Just a couple of notes before we get started with tonight's topic. Our webinar series is actually available at mawc411.com. We follow a pattern. We have a consistently on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, we are doing Web Center owner overviews. And so what this is it's an opportunity for you to share the Web Center opportunity with other unfranchised prospects who would want to major in Web Centers. Now, you could send your existing business partners to these, or you could send people that are evaluating unfranchise as a viable business opportunity for themselves to one of those webinars. Now, you do need to register separately for that. So again, if you go to mawc411.com and you click on training and support, and then down to webinars, you're going to find the registration for that series as well. Tonight's part of the series are the first and third Tuesdays are dedicated to continuing education with the Web Center program. So with this being said, if you're brand new to the Web Center program, some of the information that you learn on these webinars may be a little bit advanced, but that's okay. You can apply some or all of it or none of it, and you can just grow into some of these strategies that we cover on this series. However, if you go to that webinars page that I just told you about, at the very bottom, you're going to see 3 YouTube playlists, and you can watch all kinds of recorded webinars that we've conducted in the past, so that for wherever you are in your, in your experience right now, you can find topics on pretty much anything. The webinars are separated into 3 different categories. There's a playlist for sales strategies. There's a playlist for business building with Web Centers, and there's also a playlist about our product and service. So feel free to check those out as well and review any of the topics that have been previously recorded. So what tonight's webinar is going to be about, as you can see on the screen right now, is mixing majors with MA Web Centers. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I think that there are certain majors that have a clear fit. There's some obvious connections that people can make. So, for example, if you're talking with, a health practice or a wellness practice that's implementing the nutraMetrix program, they may also be interested in TLS, right? There's an obvious connection there. There's an obvious correlation between those 2 product lines, and it's easy to mix those 2 majors together. So, a lot of times, people that major in nutraMetrix, if they have the major in nutraMetrix, they may also major in TLS, or what they may do is they may take advantage of other people in their organization that do major in TLS and kind of tag team. Now, I prefer tag teaming because, the more people that you can bring to the table with the various expertise where people are just focusing on their one thing that they're good at, I believe that that's a more valuable sell. It's more valuable to the customer, and it's easier. And, you don't have to be good at everything, and you don't have to know the answers to everything. And, that's why we build our business in the first place, is to leverage each other and, to build a diversified business, right? Nobody wants an unfranchise that's built up of only motives consultants or only Web Center owners or only nutraMetrix consultants, because, that's not what we're about. This company, Market America and Shop.com, is grounded in the idea of product brokerage. It's grounded in the idea that if one product goes out, your business is still thriving because your business is not reliant on a single product or service, to make it function. And that's why, as Web Center owners and as any major, you want to understand how you can diversify your business with business partners that specialize in other things. And then how can you leverage those relationships to build even more share of customer with your client base or with your customer base. And very simply put, when you've seen the plan, you understand that most unfranchised owners find and service, on a regular basis, 10 to 15 customers. And that's because the idea is that no one unfranchised owner needs to be, a sales superstar, but rather they need to find some good, loyal customers, get them hooked on a specific product, and all of our products are consumable. The Web Center program is really nice for this because it's an automatic billing situation. So it's almost like an auto ship product where every 30 days the customer is billed and you are automatically credited your BV, which is really great. Um, but again, it's built on this idea that we find and service 10 to 15 customers. So how does that really work, right? Well, it works because everybody in the organization doing that, there's a compounding effect. It's, you'd rather have 10% of the efforts of 100 people rather than just 100% of the efforts of a single person. Now, one of the things that we strive, though, is not just to sell, a single product or service to just our 10 to 15 customers, but again, the key there is to service them well, to get them hooked on a single product or a service, and then to find out other things that they might be interested in. And I think that with motives, for example, it's really, really obvious, right? If you sell somebody, the contour palette that just came out in the Maven's line, some really nice add-on products for that would be a primer and also the sculpting duo, right? Or the blush bronzer duet, or some lip gloss, or the mascara, whatever. It's really easy to recommend additional products with motives because there's so many products to offer. Now, with the WebCenter program, just a little sneak peek, we will be introducing a plethora of new products and services that you can offer your clients very, very, very soon. Jeremy and I and the team have been working really hard on that. But what I want to talk about tonight is how can you introduce other Market America branded products and services to your existing clients in a meaningful way that is not socially unacceptable or socially weird, right? And so what I want to do is I want to talk about different strategies that have worked really, really well in practice, so that we could get, TLS products into the gyms that we sold websites to. What is the best way to accomplish that? And vice versa. If you have people in your group that are working TLS inside of a gym or a fitness center, how can you work with your business partners to get them to recommend you as a website solution for that gym, right? And it comes down to really understanding the best strategy to do that, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to compromise the business relationships that we have with our business customers, right, with our website clients, especially if you're building the Web Center program as a major, or if you're positioning yourself as somebody who specializes in Web Centers. You want to make sure that you're not coming across as somebody that specializes in everything, right? If you're selling a website to an attorney and you want to sell them Snap, for their cleaning services as well, you can't come across as, well, I specialize in online marketing and I also specialize in cleaning products. It's weird, right? So I want to share with you some of the strategies that work. So again, in a nutshell, I know that was a whole lot of information to take in. We're really going to be covering three major topics. Number one is, how can we identify website possibilities within other branded products and services? Very simply, when you look at the different products and services that we have, what are the professional opportunities that exist within those that we can now network through to get website appointments, right? The second major point is going to be on leveraging other majors to identify new website prospects. And thirdly, building share of customer with your existing website client base. So we're going to come at this from both angles. We're going to come at this with basically angle one is going to be you're working with your existing customers, and how can you get more product into your existing website customers? How can you get more product into their business? And number two is, how can you work with people that are using product to find website customers? All right, so those are going to be the major goals. Now, how does it all fit together? Well, as shop.com business owners, we have a plethora, a myriad of exclusively branded products and services and thousands of partner stores, right? There are so many opportunities. We have we have over 3,000 custom branded or, exclusively branded products. We have thousands of partner stores. We have so many opportunities to build share of customer with our client base if we can learn to do it the right way, right? Now, again, we choose to major or specialize in one or maybe two areas of our business. And we really want to stick to that because we don't want to become the jack of all trades, master of none. You know what I'm talking about, the people that claim to specialize in a million different things. You see them talking about motives and you see them talking about all these other things. And listen, that's not to say that we should not be using all of our products and services, because that's just business 101. You want to be a customer and a product of the product, and you can recommend product all day long. I do not specialize in motives. I do not, I've never been to a motives training, although I probably should go because I'd probably recruit more motives consultants if I did attend a training. But, if you look at my Instagram, you will see me wearing motives all day long, every day. You'll see me posting when I go to the nail salon that I bring my own nail polish because I am not a trader. I'm a business, and I'm gonna buy products for myself rather than spending money on products from somebody else. Why would I spend money on OPI when I have an equally as good, if not better, product that I can get paid for using? Right. So I'm constantly preaching that, and people are constantly asking me, about, especially just recently, we had a dance recital, and I was doing my own makeup, and I did the makeup of several of our dancers, and they were all asking, "What's this?" Well, it's motives. Right now, am I gonna sit there and say that I'm a motives, beauty professional, or I'm a professional cosmetologist? No, of course not. I can still share a third party testimonial, as a web center owner with other branded products that we have. That's very organic. It's very natural. It's believable because it's the truth. Right. And so I still sell random products to random people because I'm a product of the product. And because I'm a product of the product, I have so many stories to share. The same is true for aloe. I take aloe all the time, and I take enzymes all the time because I have celiac. So I've got a lot of digestive issues that I'm constantly working on. And my youngest son, Ethan, who's now 6, when he was younger, he had eczema, from head to toe, and it was horrible. And the kid was on so many medications. He was on so many steroid creams, and nothing would work. And, somebody recommended to me, it's actually somebody, April, who does specialize in health and nutrition, and said, you need to give your son 6 ounces of natural aloe every day and just see what that does for him. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to cure it, but it could really make a difference because eczema is something that, we tend to treat topically, but it's something that's really digestive related. And I said, okay, well, that makes sense. I've got a lot of digestive issues myself. And so I did that, and literally within just a few days, his eczema was completely cleared. Now, do you think that it's easy for me to share that third party test, or, it's not a third party testimonial, it's a firsthand testimonial that my son had such a positive experience with aloe? Of course it is. So whenever I hear people that are talking about eczema or skin issues or have digestive issues, I always share that story. And you know what? I'm not sitting there claiming to be, a health and nutrition expert. All I'm doing is sharing a story. Because again, business 101, I use my own products. I have my own firsthand stories to share, and I can help somebody. I can recommend a product the same way that I would recommend my favorite restaurant, right? It's not weird. Just had a dancer, one of the best dancers at our studio, who had an injury, and she had to have surgery on her calf, and she wanted to speed up the healing, and she had all kinds of inflammation issues. So what did I do? I shared a story about inflammation and OPC3. Now she goes, oh, I thought she didn't sit there and say, oh, I thought you did web design. I didn't know that you also had all this information, because I wasn't positioning myself as an expert. Right? And it's very, very important that before we get into all of the different areas where there are live possibilities, that we understand the purpose of this webinar. The purpose of this webinar is to build share of customer the right way, not to become an expert in everything. And so when I recommended that OPC3 product for my student to her mother, all I said was, I've had a lot of inflammation issues myself as a dancer, and I know a lot of people that have also had inflammation issues that have had a positive experience with this product. If you want, I can get it for you. It's available on our website, shop.com/new reality. Or if you go to cashbackma.com, you can also go, that will take you there as well. Just sign up as preferred customer. You can get some cash back and, see if it works. If you're looking for some information to share with her doctor or her surgeon, if you click on the product, you know what? I'll send you a link. Click on the product. There'll be some information there. You can share it with your doctor and with your surgeon and see what they think. But all I'm doing is recommending a product based on previous good experiences. It's easy. And so as we go into tonight's webinar, I want you to keep that in mind, that when you're getting into this and you see all these incredible amounts of opportunities, and I guarantee you that as we go through each major and I give you specific ideas, you're going to start thinking of a lot of people that you're going to want to talk to. But it's important that you approach this from a team standpoint. The team wins the game here. This is a webinar about how to build your business massively at a team effort, not as an individual. And isn't that the goal anyway? So Think of all the ways that you can create possibilities. Number one, we use our own products and services, right? Just like I just described, 3 examples within the past couple of whatever. And, if you use your own products and services, you will have more stories to share. It's simple. If you use your own products and services, you will pay yourself and your team. Don't spend your dollars anywhere else. It just baffles me why anybody would do that. And I get this question a lot because, web center owners go, well, I'm a web center person. Why do I need to buy health and nutrition products, or why do I need to do transfer buy? Well, because it makes sense. Why would you spend your money on health products from anywhere else? Why would you spend your money on makeup at the grocery store when you can get better makeup and pay yourself and pay your team by simply buying from yourself? It just makes sense. Think of yourself as a department store, right? That's probably the best analogy I can give you. If you own Target, right? Would you be buying anything that Target sells from other areas just because you happen to have a specialty in the electronics department, right? If you have a specialty in the electronics department and you get you get your employee discount in the entire store, then you're probably not going to be buying your cosmetics from Walmart, right? You're probably going to take advantage of the incentives that you have to shop at your own store. Think of it like that. Just because you major in one area doesn't mean that you shouldn't take advantage of all of the other products and services that you have available to you. There are incentives for you to shop from yourself. Personal incentives, customer incentives, the opportunity to grow your business because you just simply know more about the products that you have, and also incentives to pay your team. And you definitely want to be doing that. All right. Number 2, you can recommend products and services to people that you know as a referral, right? You can recommend them to anybody that you know as a referral. We're going to talk about that. 3, leverage our business partners with different specialties to create more website possibilities. How do you find people that major in TLS to help them to recommend you as a website solution if they don't want to be a web center owner, right? And 4, how do you build share of customer with your website clients by leveraging our business partners with different specialties? So it starts with identifying what the possibilities are, right? And before you can leverage business partners or anybody with different specialties, you have to understand where the possibilities even lie, right? So because you can't just approach your business partners and say, hey, if you happen to come across somebody that owns a business, if you could recommend me, that would be great. It would be great for the team because everybody would get the BV and, whatever. That's fine and all good. But, I always find that when I'm talking to people, and asking for referrals, which is essentially what I'm talking about here, it helps to really focus that person's thinking. And so if you know of the different possibilities off the top of your head and you can share those industries with them, then I think that you're going to find that you're going to get more referrals from your business partners than if you just keep it open-ended. So as I go through the possibilities that exist within other specialties, I want you to think about, number 1, do you do business with any of these industries as a consumer yourself? Because if you do, then you need to write them down in your names list and you need to be approaching them anyway, right? They belong on your names list and you probably just forgot to add them. Number 2, do you have any business partners that specialize in this area that you might be able to work with to go back and forth, where you can recommend product for them, and if you have them as a website customer, or if they're working in that area, how can they recommend you as a website solution? So the first specialty would be maCaptial resources, right? This is our, proverbial GPS to get out of debt faster, right? So if you think about people in your group, and we have a couple that major in maCaptial resources. In fact, one of them was just on stage at the World Conference because he's been so successful with maCaptial. They tend to work with, a lot of homeowners, right? Just couples or people that own homes. That's one thing that they work with. But in addition to that, they're working a lot with real estate agents and mortgage brokers, right? Different bankers. Because what we found, especially with Derek anyway, is that these people, when they're selling homes or selling mortgages, it's really easy for them to also recommend this product. Because think about it, guys. You're working with a couple that's buying a house. and they're about to enter into a 30-year mortgage, isn't it so easy for them to turn around and say, oh, and by the way, there's this really great program out there that you can take advantage of to cut that mortgage even, by 10 years if you want to. They just simply make a referral and they get that product sold. So, they're working with real estate agents and bankers and financial planners and advisors often. And because that's what they do. And so think about it. Not only are they working with couples, but they're working with people that own their own businesses, right? You're not going to sell a website to a major bank, but you might sell one to a financial advisor or a financial planner or a real estate agent that owns their own business, right? So keep that in mind. Also, debt attorneys and bankruptcy attorneys, their job is to consolidate debt or to get somebody out of debt or whatever. And sometimes people are not good candidates for bankruptcy. And I've learned this because I've sold several bankruptcy attorney websites. And so one of the things that they do is they vet the people that come to them and they say, are you really a good candidate for bankruptcy, or are you looking for, or are you a better candidate for someone that needs to get out of debt? So as a business, they're offering, they're offering bankruptcy as a product that they sell, but they're also offering debt consolidation and debt counseling and debt management. And so they're selling capital resources as well. I know that is spelled incorrectly. I apologize for that. But just keep that in mind because, again, there's going to be opportunities where, if you sold a website to a debt attorney or a bankruptcy attorney, wouldn't it be great if that bankruptcy attorney was also promoting maCaptial resources for you? Isn't that a great way to build share of customer, and vice versa? If you have somebody that majors in maCaptial resources and they're working with bankruptcy attorneys for leads, wouldn't it be great if your maCaptial resources business partner recommended you as a website solution to that attorney for their business? Do you guys see what I'm talking about? How nice it is and how easy it is to connect the dots here? There's so many opportunities. And again, you don't have to major in everything in order to take advantage of these opportunities. Now let's switch gears and talk about Conquer Entertainment, right? Artists, artist managers, recording studios, producers, production, choreographers, videographers, venues. Venues is a huge one, guys. Think about that. Not just concert venues, but cafes and restaurants and bars, artist marketing companies, writers, right? All of these people, all of these businesses are people that Conquer artist developers or certified artist developers come into contact with on a weekly basis, right? They're working with their artists and they're working with these people that own these businesses. Wouldn't it be great if when they're, as they're dealing with these people, wouldn't it be great if they could easily get you in there? It's like a warm market referral, right? It's a referral for you to get in there and say, hey, this venue had a really bad website. I met the owner. I talked to them. And I recommended you guys to come in and do a website appointment. Isn't that so fun? Isn't that easy? And then, by the way, now the whole team wins, right? Because not only is the team benefiting from BV and from the Conquer Entertainment business growth that's happening, but it's also going to start growing or benefiting from the ongoing business volume that will be generated from the website that was sold to the venue of the Conquer artist that was performing at. Does that make sense? Guys, so many opportunities. Energy products. I think we don't think about this as a major, but this is a product that a lot of people sell because a lot of people use it. And what happens when you use your own products? You have a story to share and you sell more product, right? So, think about this. Mochitonics, and I literally put down all of the different professional places that I've sold Mochitonics to, or the business owners of these places, bars. Actually, this one was from Jeremy Finema. Jeremy Finema sold a ton of Mochitonics to a bar owner that bought a website from him because they needed to make a really cool white Russian with vanilla mocha. It is what it is. Okay. So anyway, so I put that in there because it was a cool place to, think about it. Every bar or every restaurant needs a website, right? So, and Jeremy took it to the next level and got Mochitonics in there as well as like a special drink that they serve. Dance studios, organizations, offices, and attorneys. Guys, these places have coffee stations set up all the time, so it's really easy to recommend a better alternative to coffee for people to set up in their break rooms, right? Attorneys, 24/7 facilities, childcare facilities. Again, so like think of it like this. This is a little bit different than a full out major because we're just talking about energy products. We're talking about Mochitonics, Intensifex, or the new Awake product, all of that great stuff. And, if you sold websites to these kinds of places, they tend to be places that have people that are tired or that work long hours and work a night shift or like a 24/7 fitness facility. Maybe it's, an overnight shift, not just a late night shift. And so an energy product is an easy add-on. It's an easy way to build a share on that website customer. On the same token, if you happen to sell, just an energy product to these kinds of people that own these places or manage these places, it's really a nice little shoe-in because you have a relationship that started there where you can start transitioning your conversations to go ahead and sell a website. Another great product, again, not a major, but definitely a great product that deals with professional industries and opportunities for you to sell a website is AutoWorks, right? Think about the different places that would buy AutoWorks from you. Again, you might be selling this to homeowners or just car owners or people that, want a good product to keep their cars looking good. But, we've also sold this product to detailer companies, places that detail, and car dealerships as well, and car washes. So a lot of times, car dealerships will want this kind of product if they do it in house, but a lot of times they also just kind of subcontract out to people that own small detailing companies. So, for example, the place that we always buy our cars from our Volkswagen dealership, they have people that come in and they use the same people all the time, but they're individual proprietors. They own, there's two or three of them actually, and they all own a small company or detailer. They come in, they pay them $50 or $75 per car, and they detail the car. Well, our AutoWorks product is great. So if I sell AutoWorks to, a detailing company, they also might be looking for ways to attract more customers, more dealerships, or more individual clients. Well, they need a website for that. Right? And so again, it's a great way to build on that share of customer, and it works vice versa, where if you sold them a website first, you can then go ahead and recommend this product to them, either yourself because you use the product and you have a firsthand testimonial that you can share with your website client, or perhaps you have somebody else that you would rather edify and you'd rather say, I work with somebody, they have a great product, blah, 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 blah. It depends on the relationship that you have. It depends on your comfort level talking about this product. So if you don't have a firsthand testimonial talking about AutoWorks and you want to talk to, the guy that owns the antique car show or that runs the antique car show or owns whatever, then the better thing to do is to edify somebody on your team. Again, it depends on your personal comfort level. Pet health. This is really huge. Veterinarians, animal adoption facilities, shelters, pet spas. Guys, do you know that we have sold several websites to businesses that deal with animals? We've done one to Dave Soda Pet Food City, and it's like so funny. They sell pet food and soda. And we've sold one to an actual, it was like a dog spa, Wags to Whiskas. And so people bring their dogs in there for fluffy treatments. They get manicures, they get haircuts and washings and all the good stuff. We have oh my gosh, what is it? It's actually a not-for-profit that is they save animals. So it's not an actual shelter. It's not an adoption facility, but they raise money to keep animals from, being killed if they can't be adopted. And so they bought a website from us, and, pet stores, animal attractions, whatever. All of these places, are opportunities where if you sold them a website, you can now also talk about or think about getting pet health into those facilities, and vice versa. If you sold pet health OPC3 to someone that works at a veterinarian place, which happens, right? Or somebody that works at one of these facilities, maybe you sold one just for their personal family dog or their family cat, right? That's fine. How can you now build on that relationship to get that product into the actual facility versus just the place of, the homeowner that bought the product from you, but also how can you get them to get you in front of the business owner so you can schedule a website appointment? Snap, we kind of talked about that, right? Residential cleaning services, commercial cleaning services, restaurants, retail stores, offices, schools, churches, organizations, all of these places, these are all businesses that need websites. These are all businesses that generally, if they aren't the cleaning service, like I recommended, or I said first in the first two examples, they're all places that generally hire cleaning services. So lots of opportunities to network through the people that own these traditional businesses so that you can get more product into those areas and vice versa, where if you're just selling them product in the first place, you can also build on that relationship to get a website going. Motives and personal care. Love this. Hair salons, spas, resorts, OBGYN. Guys, OBGYNs, by the way, they have, just like all doctors, they really, really have lost a lot of their ancillary income. And so one of the ways that OBGYNs and family practitioners and health facilities have looked to supplement their income is by selling additional products. So if you go into your OBGYN, you're going to see all kinds of products for stretch marks or, hormonal skin issues or just different skin issues, because these are things that women complain about when they're at their OBGYN. If they've just delivered a baby or whatever, or if they're just reacting funny to some of the different medications that the people have been put on or whatever. So, there's a lot of opportunities where, if you sold a website to your OBGYN or to your, wives or whatever, getting Pentaxel in there or getting Metriskin or Cell Labs or Lumiere de Vie is not a stretch by any kind of the imagination. It's totally not only a viable option, but it's a great opportunity, because think about that opportunity in itself. You sell a website to your OBGYN. You edify somebody that specializes in motives or personal care. You get them to get that going. And then what happens is you start having open door conversations about how, yeah, we'd love to get that product in here. It's a product that's asked about all the time. People are talking about stretch marks all the time. They want to get rid of them. They want tighter skin. They want, better, different options for skincare or whatever. But then we start talking about what? Supplementing income. And then that opens the door to a third conversation, and that would be nutraMetrix. How can you get nutraMetrix products in there? And then what do? It's teamwork, guys, right? You go in there as the WebCenter owner, you nag the sale, you got ongoing BV. You edify someone in your group to get in there and talk about Cell Labs, you nag that sale, you got ongoing BV and sales from that. Then you edify nutraMetrix person on your team, you got nutraMetrix going on. And pretty soon that little website sale has turned into like thousands of BV per month, because you were just smart enough to network rather than just stop at that sale, which many people do. Many people make that sale, and then you forget to be a good customer manager. You forget to call and follow up and see how they're doing. And you forget to see where that relationship could lead. We say build a relationship, and I'm telling you how. I'm telling you what you should be doing. The same thing, guys. Nail salons, estheticians, massage therapists, dance and gym studios, karate places, whatever, right? There's so many opportunities to be building on these relationships. Health and nutrition is a biggie, right? Gyms, personal trainers, nutrition consultants, sports organizations, studios, massage therapists, doctors, and health professionals. All of these places need a professional website for themselves. All of these places need a professional line of products that they can be recommended, because these are things that people ask about. Personal trainers, they're not just there to talk to you about how many miles you should run and whether you should be working on legs or arms today. They are asked about nutrition all the time, because you can't out-exercise a poor diet, right? You get fit in the gym, you get skinny in the kitchen. It's that simple, right? And so supplementation is a big part of being healthy. And so, getting those products in there and getting them a professional website, all of this makes sense. These are conversations that will happen if you're concentrating on building relationships. These are conversations that will not happen if all you're selling is a website appointment and you leave it there and you end it there, right? But you want these conversations to happen. You want to build share of customer as a WebCenter owner. And by the way, guys, hopefully, as I'm going through this, you're getting ideas for different products that you should be trying yourselves, because one of the best ways you can be confident talking about these products is to be a product of the product. Hence why we put you on Transfer Buy. Hence why you should be buying your own products from your own self, because this is an opportunity for you to grow your business way bigger than just WebCenters. Way, way bigger, but to take advantage of the full product brokerage opportunity. nutraMetrix, TLS, guys, health professionals, chiropractors, massage therapists, physical therapists, family doctors, pediatricians, cardio, endocrinologists, nutraMetrix prospects, whatever. All of these places need professional website presences. And by the way, with nutraMetrix, especially because we're not talking about just a healthcare opportunity, we're talking about a business opportunity, right? When you're talking to nutraMetrix prospects or health professionals, the conversation is not just about products and health. It's also about building up ancillary income for those practices. And that is part of the conversation. So why people don't just bring up a website right away is beyond me, right? You're talking about selling more products so that you can make more money. Well, how about we get you a professional website for your practice so that you can attract more patients and be a better resource for your existing patients, right? That is an easy conversation. This is a very natural fit, nutraMetrix and WebCenters, because it's just B2B. B2B is business to business. And the two work very well together, as does TLS. TLS, nutraMetrix, and WebCenters is like a slam dunk. It is a home run, grand slam, if you ask me. Gyms, personal trainers, health professionals, schools, organizations, whatever. nutraMetrix, TLS, and WebCenters fit so well together. And in all of our experience with mixing majors, I find that TLS, nutraMetrix, WebCenters, they fit really well. And also I found a lot of motives and WebCenters to fit really well together. Shop.com. What about that? Guys, shop.com is the easiest transition out there, right? You're an internet entrepreneur. So, identifying a few stores that your clients shop at and getting them signed up as a preferred customer and having them download Shop Buddy or whatever, that is easy. This is a conversation I have with all of my website clients. Where do you buy your office supplies? You're a contractor. Where do you get your roofing shingles? You're an attorney. Where do you do all your printing? Where do you get all your, whatever, your computers? I ask them these questions and then I get them shopping on shop.com, because I don't want my business with my website clients to end at the website sale. I want to build upon that relationship and get them shopping on shop.com. Just like I want to build on the relationship that I have with the doctor that bought a website with me, to get them, moving TLS or nutraMetrix. It's a simple thing, and shop.com is just a no-brainer. Preferred customers with your website clients, you guys, it starts with identifying just the one or two stores that they shop at for business purposes, and then that's the easy shoe-in, right? That's the easy conversation starter. They can see that they can save money and earn money buying stuff that they have to spend for their business anyway. And then, by the way, you can also knock out a lot of your personal shopping as well. So let's talk about this. I hope that this got you guys thinking about all the opportunities. Now I want to talk to you about how to do it, right? It's very obvious that there are a ton of opportunities to get more product into your website clients' facilities, but also if you have people selling products to these kinds of business owners, for them to talk to you. So what we want to do is identify the two ways that it works. Number one, we work with our business partners, right? Our unfranchised business partners, to teach them how to refer website possibilities to us. So you need to talk to the people that specialize in motives about how they might be able to refer website possibilities to you, right? And the second way that it works is leveraging those partners in situations where you already sold a website to somebody and you want to get more product in there, but you don't want to come across as the jack of all trades, master of none. So it's a a give-take relationship where everybody gives and everybody takes, right? And that's the best way to do it. It's the most effective way to do it. It's the most profitable way to do it. And by the way, you won't go crazy if you do it this way. So let's start with teaching partners to work with you. So again, ideally, your organization will be as diverse as the slides we just saw, where you have people that major in all of the different areas that we just covered, and then some. So you're going to have lots of people that are achieving base 10-7 strong and specializing in all different areas. So what you want to do is teach your partners who are working with small to medium-sized businesses within their major on how to refer a website appointment to you. So if you have somebody that majors in motives and is dealing with a salon or is dealing with a professional makeup artist that owns their own business, how can you teach your motives business partner how to refer them to you for a website sale? So I want to give you an example. Sue is a business partner and she specializes in TLS. All right. She conducts classes within her local gym and she has an excellent relationship with the gym owner. This is a very typical scenario. People that specialize in TLS, they might run classes just in their home or with their people, but a lot of times they run them in facilities as well. And because they run them in facilities, the only way that they were able to get into those facilities is to have some sort of relationship or dialogue with somebody that manages or owns the facility, right? So during Sue's conversations with the gym owner, she has learned that the owner is really frustrated with not being able to update the website to reflect the new classes. And by the way, we teach Sue how to ask that question. We teach Sue to say, okay, Mr. Gym Owner, we're going to be running a 12-week class. It's time sensitive. Is there anywhere we can get the class schedule announced on your website? Right? That opens the door for a conversation. So at that point, when Sue has learned that there's obviously a need there for an improved website or an improved uh, scenario where they can update the website, Sue has two options, right? She has two options as an unfranchised owner. The first option that she has is to become a web center owner herself and to use that referral approach. So if she wants to sell the website and earn all the retail profit, Sue can purchase a web center and pay the web center monthly maintenance fee, and she can sell the website to the gym. And she can do that by leveraging the simple sales approach or the referral approach and just say, I don't specialize in this, but I work with a great company and they have a division that does specialize in this. I can get you an appointment. Sue has that option. And, that's not a bad option, right? If Sue sees that she might want to do this more, and she very well should become a web center owner. And you'll still benefit anyway because, the whole team benefits from BB 100%. Her second option, though, is she can make the referral to the business owner to talk to you, right? And this would be a great solution for somebody that specializes in some other area that doesn't want to become a web center owner. So if she doesn't have an interest in becoming a web center owner herself, at least she doesn't have to leave the sale on the table. At least she has a way to help the business owner by recommending you to go ahead and go in there, identify some needs, and schedule the appointment. Either way is great. The website is sold with a simple referral, and you've either gotten a website sale for yourself, or hey, you've duplicated the web center program in your group and you now have another web center owner in your organization that you guys can all benefit from. Either way, this is a good scenario, and it's a very, very popular scenario. It happens all the time. Now, just a little tip. If you're the one that sold the website to Sue's gym, so Sue did not want to become a web center owner, but rather she wanted to just go ahead and recommend you and say, I don't specialize in this, but I have a business associate that might be able to help you with getting your website, in a better situation where you can be updating it and, at least your website will be performing better. So you go in there, you sell the website. Here's what I recommend that you do. Number one, it is just courtesy to place the business volume in your organization where Sue is going to benefit from the BV. It's just a good thing to do. If Sue gave you the lead and she can't sell the website, go ahead and make sure that at least wherever you place that BV, Sue's going to see it. All right. Number two is give Sue a referral fee to thank her for the referral, just like you would do with any other referral program that you're running. So if you have your clients that give you a referral, what do? You give them $100 shop.com gift card or $100 or whatever. I always say, thank you, Sue, for the referral, for the gym. Here's $100 out of the profit. And thank you so much. And I look forward to doing this again. And by the way, if I sell any websites to any gyms in the future, I'm definitely going to recommend that you get in there to do some TLS classes, right? So guys, I get this question a lot. Should I split the retail profit with Sue? No, you shouldn't. Sue is not a web center owner. If Sue wants to benefit from the retail profit from the web center program, she needs to become a web center owner. So I think that the right thing to do is to give a referral fee that's, about $100 or maybe 10% of the profit, and that's it. If Sue wants more retail profit, then Sue can become a web center owner. It's really, really that simple. And this is a great way to do it. Sue has no pressure. Sue doesn't have to follow up. Sue doesn't have to manage the customer. Sue doesn't have to file the taxes. Sue just got ongoing BV in her business, and Sue just earned a $100 referral fee for getting you in there. Now, we're going to switch gears here. We're going to talk about building share of customers. So when you teach your business partners to give you referrals, the good thing to do is to give them back, right? So sometimes when we're working with website clients, it feels extremely weird and it's awkward to recommend a product line that is so vastly different than the service we've just provided them. So if you're a web center major and you sold a website to a bankruptcy attorney, it could feel pretty awkward to be like, I also specialize in debt management. So you should try maCaptial. You should check this out. And this is where leveraging your business partners comes in handy, right? So that you don't have to make that weird transition. Again, if you use the same referral approach and actually did specialize in something else, that's different. That's totally cool too. Or if you're sharing a firsthand testimonial. So if you say to your bankruptcy attorney, that you sold a website to, you know what? I actually used a program that, helped me to eliminate my debt and get out of debt 10 years sooner than, if I didn't use the program. I want to share that with you. I'd love to show it to you because it might be something that your customers would really benefit from. That's different. That's you sharing a firsthand testimonial. But if you don't have a firsthand testimonial, or if you feel like making the recommendation to get product into that business is awkward, the next best thing to do is to leverage your business partners. So here's the example. Your website, these are all true examples, by the way. Your website client owns a pet grooming store, right? You sold them on a website as a major. You walked in there, you majored in WebCenters, you asked the great questions, you scheduled the appointment, you sold the website, and you want to tell them about the products that we have for pets, but you feel like it's awkward, right? Because how can you major in WebCenters but also have like a line of pet products? It's a little bit awkward. It's a very sensitive line that you're dancing on, and you want to make sure you're doing that right. So the solution here is to use the simple sales approach. And yeah, I'm talking about the simple sales approach that we teach in the Web Center program. And all that is the referral approach. So by edifying one of your Market America business partners to set an appointment with them to learn more about the product, now you can actually get that product in there. It's the same exact thing that we teach new Web Center owners to do. So all you would do is say something like, hey, what was her name? Janet. Hey, Janet, obviously the website's working out great for you. It looks beautiful. Listen, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some products. I have a business partner and they have a really great line of health products for pets. And I know that you were talking about looking for something along those lines. If you'd like, I can get an appointment for you with that person, and I can have Josh come in and talk to you a little bit about it, because I think it sounds like it might be a little bit of what you've been looking for. Simple sales approach. You're referring. It's that simple. It's as simple as teamwork. Remember, guys, you're not in business alone. You're building two solid sales organizations, and BV is good. BV is universal, so the more business volume that you create, the better. I think a lot of times as web center owners or as majors in areas, we get so stuck in our own major that we forget that we forget the bigger picture. We forget that there's opportunities to build share of customer, and we also forget that we don't need to do that alone. That we can be more effective and more powerful in numbers. So the more that you work together, the more solid of a relationship that you're going to build, the more loyal of a customer you're going to have, and the more that everybody's going to win. So stop trying to do everything yourself and just be normal. Give your business partners referrals by edifying them with your website customers. Get more product in your website customers' businesses. And teach your business partners how to give you referrals so that if they don't want to become a web center owner, but they are working with professional contacts, that they have a way to refer you or refer them to get a website in their business. It's really, really that simple, guys. I hope that you'll take advantage of this opportunity to mix majors with web centers and build a really, really solid business for yourself.